everyone, I'm Mike.
I'm Asher.
We're newsers at the Maroon, and here's a look at today's top stories.
So on Wednesday night, the university held a town hall style meeting to propose its new transportation system called U-Chicago. U-Chicago. For those who can't see my classy diagram.
Very classic.
Thank you. And so what they propose is a number of things. They want a new bus route that'll help expand service to the south side. They want to revamp coverage of the late night shuttles, and they want to do some more Safe Ride. Some more with Safe Ride. They feel that just calling into Safe Ride as is the process now is a little slow. They get backups, and people just kind of wander on the bus when they see it. And it's also not that safe. So what they want to do is put it in places where they know there'll be need, like taxis outside of a nightclub, as one administrator said at the meeting.
So Ashley, you said they were going to revamp some of the shuttles. Now by shuttles, do you mean the 4 east, south, central routes? Do you mean the Maroon and Phoenix routes? What do you mean by that?
Right, well, they found the Maroon and Phoenix routes to be redundant, so they're going to get rid of those. And I don't know if you've seen them on campus. They look different, and one goes north-south, one goes east-west.
And they pretty much do a circuit around campus.
Basically,
if you add them
combine
together.
them, yeah.
Right.
However, they aren't good. They found that the late night shuttle hasn't been doing enough. They want to get it up to about 10 minutes between each ride coming from the reg, and they want to redo the central route. They found that they haven't been providing enough service to the northwestern corridor. That's between 55th and 51st Streets, Ellis, and Cottage Grove. They found that a lot of people live there and don't get enough service.
And I imagine, the Maroon and Phoenix routes, they cost about $400,000 a year to do that. That must be like a lot of money to free up in their budget.
Yeah, they actually don't know about the budget yet right now. That's going to be announced at the next meeting when they this was a private contractor and who did all these analyses and took a lot of data which they presented at the meeting. And they're going to now compare that with what the university can do, how much it's willing to spend, and they're going to look at what they can actually implement. But it might be very exciting, especially for people who live in the new dorm, to have a new bus route coming there. It'll be exciting for people who live down on the south side, or rather further south from the university, to have more expanded bus service. The bus might even go to the Green Line at 63rd and Cottage Grove.
And this 172.5, is this going to be a free route? Is it going to you have to pay for
No,
it?
it'll be free route just like the 171 is now. Yeah, and they're also going to change the 171 a little bit. Not too much though, just at the end. They're going to sort of flip that circle when it goes over the shoreline, over to Lake Park to give access to the borders there, mellow yellow.
Well, Asher has the full story in today's edition, and there's an infographic so you can see what the new routes are going to look like.
It'll be very flashy.
This week, SG elections are gearing up. The candidates officially announced last week. This week, in the throes of campaigning, Tuesday was the debates between the 3 executive slates and the undergraduate liaisons to the Board of Trustees. So you have 3 slates. You have United Progress, you have U-Chicago, and you have the Moose Party, which is Delta Upsilon's perennial slate. And, so they had the debates Tuesday night, and usually the Moose Party is known for being really raucous, and their supporters are being kind of disruptive. That's definitely what happened last year. Our associate news editor, Ella Christoph, has a report on sort of what happened at the debate, who had the persuasive arguments, what students were thinking, how they reacted.
Who Moose Party insulted.
It's true. And just wrapping up the the SG sort of issue we have today. We announced in our last issue that there's a whole bunch of RSO funding changes going on that they want to add. The biggest change is probably adding RSO members to the funding committee that gives money to RSOs. Normally it's only been SG members and appointed, and people appointed by SG, but now it's actual leaders of RSOs having a direct involvement in the process. And Julian Quintanilla, who's running one of the presidential candidates, has sort of been behind that, and the vote is happening Thursday night, just up on our deadline, so we'll have the results of that vote and sort of what that might mean for RSO fundings in today's edition. So from all of us here at the Maroon, thanks for watching, and check out today's edition on newsstands.